Hey y'all, what's up, my beautiful peeps? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Get the Sense 92, giving you guys the latest and exclusive content on new music, entertainment news, and inspiration quotes by me, the Queen's back. Hey y'all, this is a new setting, new lighting, new area period. So I really thought about doing this video. And it's really the really nice, decent setting for me to do this. Something different for you, girl. Just something different. The areas, the perimeter, everything is really. It's about time I make this video. Period. Now, I'm going to talk about the redundant, the topics of female artists, musicians getting their foot in the door. And I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be blunt and honest. I don't care, period. This is not a video to slander anybody, okay? This is not a video to, you know, it's a little rant here and there, but like I said, I'll just keep it a buck and be neutral about it. So I thought about making this video and I said, I decided to make this video. I'm being honest because it's time for new directions in music. It's time for like new, fresh faces. Now, listen. But what I'm saying is that this climate of the toxic stand basis and the stand wars and stand culture in general. But yeah, there have been things that I have witnessed throughout the years as a fan myself, where it's always the next Bay, Beyonce, the next Rihanna, the next Nicki Minaj. Disclaimer, I do not know any of these women, period. This is just my personal opinions. I have no issues with them, period. But what I'm saying is that have you ever really thought about, in growing up as a millennial, I've never heard the next Janet Jackson. I've never heard the next Aaliyah. I've never heard the next Brandy. I've never heard the next Monica. Even the older generations in music, I've never heard the next Aretha Franklin. I've never heard the next Donna Summers. I've never heard the next Minnie Riperton. You get what I'm saying? Y'all get my drift? Do y'all see where I'm going from? Because I don't really feel it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. And you know what's really sad? Even as I witness talented black female musicians, and especially in this world dominated, they always get this. It's like, oh well, she's talented, but same old, right? And I really feel it's getting old. It's been getting old. We just need to focus on the music. I don't really feel that it's not fair because a new talented black female musician come in the game. She's always getting compared. There's always this high pedestal. She's gonna have that. I'll say this Beyonce, the next Beyonce thing. Stop. Okay. I'm a fan of Beyonce's music and I'm gonna really, really kick butt on this video. But the thing is, B Bay is Bay, and that's it. She's great at what she does. Everyone else, the same thing we said for everybody, neck and neck. But I think what's really sad is that even the music climate, social media, um, even I talked about some really dope new female artists that musicians that they have it all, they got it, but it's like very, very biased. Then we get this, are they going to be like the next? No, 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 no. They're the next for themselves. And this is what I want you guys to think. Think about how your favorite female artist that you grew up with, and have you ever heard anything from your generation? And I don't really feel it's some BS. It's not about the music anymore. If it was about the music, plenty would have gotten their dues. They would have gotten their flowers. And even the female musicians that have came out like 5 years ago or 10 years ago, even they're still making music. They're great. Even like I said, I mean, I play their music. I always play their songs. Okay, a good example. I play Ashanti a lot. Yeah, Ashanti. We all know Ashanti. I'm so happy that Ashanti has been getting her flowers because Ashanti is one of, in my honest opinion, she's one of the black female musicians that she's legendary and iconic. Think about how Ashanti came out in the game like in 2000, what, two? And her hit records, the melodies, the melodic, the singing, the artistry, the showmanship. She has had countless of hit records back to back. She has a huge catalog under her belt. She even said it. She said, "Listen, from Ashanti herself, citation. Yeah, you gonna get a lot. You're gonna get a lot of these naysayers. You're gonna get a lot of inside people in the music industry. You're this and that. You're not gonna do this." Ashanti is like what, still relevant now, even though she may be not as popular as the mainstream of this generation. But no, you look at Ashanti's longevity, which is the reason why I need more of them to come through. Period, because a lot of times even people like to put this, especially when they like to put, female black musicians against each other, or like female musicians against each other. Oh, it's always competition. Or, oh my goodness, neck, tick, tack. But I also feel that also there's really in that world, in the music industry, in that world, I feel that is that, and then some other things I've noticed. Even radio airplay has been dull. And I know for like Bay, Ree, Nicki, they all have their own successes and they are successful, but they're not the only ones that are successful. You hear what I'm talking about? Because they have dominated the pop charts, the mainstream. They had connections in the music industry where people, music producers, songwriters, creating records, creating songs, where the musical ear, sonically, their sound, you know who they are, right? So you know when you hear a Beyonce record, you hear a Beyonce record, you hear a Rihanna record, you hear a Rihanna record, you hear a Nicki Minaj record, you hear a Nicki Minaj record. But I've noticed too that even with, like even like the female black musicians that, I will say this because I'm gonna do some things in the future, so get ready because I'm really getting ready to do it. I think about Carrie Hilson. I think about Carrie Hilson. It's time for us to give Carrie Hilson her flowers. And I have to be honest, I don't care. I mean, I'm just gonna say this. I love Carrie Hilson. I love her music. I just think that Carrie Hilson is pretty much a good example of being underrated, with that high caliber talent that she has. But she has wrote records, she has wrote songs, she has hit records under her belt. But the thing is, Carrie Hilson is another black female talented musician where, and yes, we know about what was going on behind the scenes, from I'll say this from a fan's perspective in general, as fans or not fans, because I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like Carrie Hilson is another talented female musician that even I did a little bit of research, and boy oh boy, I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna do a Carrie Hilson, the Artist Diaries, because I love doing these little mini biographies. And I know Carrie Hilson. I don't know the woman, but Carrie Hilson is pretty much icon legendary in her own right. She is. I don't think Carrie Hilson has gotten the a lot of accolades because people will have their opinions about Carrie Hilson, which is fine. But it's always going to be like the popular opinion. But I feel there's a lot of behind the scenes that fans that we don't know about, or not fans that we don't know about. I mean, and this sad because a lot of times there's this thing where it's like in the music industry, oh, well, you can't have more than one successful black female musician. It never even happened before. Not even freaking in like this that daggone 70s era of music. We had like Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, Minnie Riperton, you know, Phyllis Hyman, you know, oh my goodness. Like, I mean, there was never ever the next whatever. So I feel there's some BS going on behind the scenes. And also, I kind of feel like it's like an intimidation to upcoming new female black musicians. Where this is my personal opinion. This is how I look at it. It's intimidation. Well, if you're not like Bay, Bree, Nicki, you're not it. So that's really irrelevant, but that's sad because in that world, that's just how it is. But yet, when you already put in the work, when you already put in the work, you got your own sound, and then you have that that mystiqueness. Okay, so like Aaliyah, you guys already know I love Aaliyah. You guys know Team Aaliyah. Team Aaliyah, hey y'all. I've never heard the next Aaliyah. I've never heard the next Aaliyah as a fan. You know why? Because Aaliyah was Aaliyah and will always be Aaliyah because what she did in music. You know, and I know as an Aaliyah fan, you know, I get numb. Yes, I do. Period. I do get sad. But, you know, for me to keep pushing, you know, her legacy alive and for me to even sometimes I just start to wonder a lot of things about Ali's legacy. I really do. And you know, shout out to all Team Ali fans. You know, we've been putting in that work. We have been really grinding, hustling. But I feel like Ali is another example of a female musician that Ali's signature sound, her style, and overall, I've never heard nobody from the music industry or people in the music industry be like, "Well, there's the next Aaliyah. This is the next Aaliyah." No. So why is it seem like Bay, Bree, Nikki, the same? It's like it doesn't make any sense. It really don't. Then I think what's really interesting too, it's like even like these up and coming new female artists, I feel like really they have a lot of opportunities that they can utilize to know their worth and to know that what they can do to, you know, set the bar high for themselves, top tier talent, no matter what genre. I don't care what genre they do. I don't care. And this whole thing about black musicians, you know, crossing over in the pop world, excuse you. Yeah, black musicians been doing that for years. It's just like this music industry is getting really interesting and it's just not fair because even on the radio, the black female musicians right now that I hear or like female musicians that are really like on the radio. I hear like LMA. LMA is really talented. I love her music. She's talented. Love her music. Who else is playing a lot? Who else is playing a lot? Especially in that world, but you know, but that's why I don't really think, you know, really, and it's really, in my honest opinion, I just feel like there's this hypocrisy, this contradiction, and it even we don't even know what goes on. But I will say this: I really do look forward to more, you know, female black musicians to really just do it all, like just do it. And you know, even like I said, that toxic mentality. And even I'm talking about like this, the toxic fans. They're also a part of the toxicity in the stand culture. And I remember coming up too, even like 10 years ago. This is 2023, 2013. Back down memory lane style, me Ripton style, right? So Twitter was really, 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 really popping, popping, popping. Like Twitter, pretty much Twitter had really reached its peak on social media. So I pretty much was in college and I was pretty much, you know, focusing on my work. But I always was so into pop culture and music and entertainment because I pretty much followed my favorite musicians and I followed their music careers and support them and by their music and all that great stuff. And I said, Twitter started to get. I tell you what, I do remember Twitter started to be buzzing, a lot of thrill, excitement. Even the music marketing years ago was a lot better. I mean, there's still a shift in music, and the music direction was more R&B, hip hop, pop, nostalgia, with a bit of the dance, like the dance music, like the pop dance artistry, right, from different musicians. And most of the musicians, they were still doing like that traditional R&B style, the singing style, the hip hop. Hip hop was still alive, it was still alive. Like I said, new hip hop artists coming in with a fresh new sound, just different lyrical concepts, switching up the versatility, having that creativity, having that BADASS, having that like really passionate authenticity and gift, and it was okay to stand out. So as Twitter and as Twitter was really, really like exploding on the internet, I would see I would see like comments. I would be on my Twitter a lot too sometimes. Like I would take a break from class, I have lunch break, or I'm done with my classes for the day in college and I go to the computer room and I'm like doing homework. At the same time, I'm on the internet living on my Twitter, like, oh, what's going on with my favorite artist? Oh, my favorite artist got single out. All right, cool. All right. It was exciting times, and then the blogs, even the blogs, it was something else too. And this is the reason why I feel that also played a role in all the toxicity in the fandom and stan culture. Because you know why? As I would read Twitter, I would see fans drag, attack certain artists that had their own thing, or, find themselves, or when they had to speak up for themselves about certain things. And they'll try to use this, well, you're not selling a lot of millions of records, you're not on the charts, you're not popular, oh, you're not on, these women's level. Now, no disrespect. Don't try to come for me. I will freaking gather, period. Okay? Okay. But what I was witnessing was there was this really like there was just like a lot of that like, oh well, you're not on so and so's level, and this and that. But the sound and the direction, I tell you what, I would say it right here. The music, somebody can be popular, it's okay, but the music direction is their direction. It's like someone who's not popular in music, the music direction is their direction. Good music, music that really catch your attention. It shouldn't even matter. So I personally will be sitting on that computer. Then the blogs, and then the blogs. There's certain blogs that I personally, and I'm not going to mention them. Period. I'm not. There were certain blogs that they were very, very ugly and ruthless too. hmm There was a lot of like that, really nasty, undercover, conceited, covert kind of thing. It was more of like that. Let me just, you know, have the drama and all the gossip, right? And man, I used to be on those blog sites, and you know, I used to be dragging, but I would pretty much like defend my favorite artists. We have done it. Well, I mean, it still happens. But the thing is, I'm like, yeah, those days, and even the contribution to every 10 years, there's going to be a new crop of really dope, talented musicians that do have a lane for themselves. Because I really definitely would say this, music is boring now. Music is boring now. It is boring. There's nothing like, I mean, when I mean by that, I'll be Pacific. The mainstream radio is boring because there's just nothing on there. And then, like I said, now there's there's these new platforms on social media like Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. So going back to what I say about, you know, there's room for most of these female musicians. The thing is, they gotta be very strategic. They gotta know their worth. And listen, no disrespect to none of these women. This like these women are really talented. They're successful in their own right. Okay, so they've seen how the music industry is really messed up at times. So they had to go and they had to push through with resilience. And at the same time, so it's like I even see like really talented musicians coming in the game that really deserve to have their lane, the same promotion, the same marketing, the same, you know, just the same. Like they deserve to have the same treatment as everyone else, regardless if they're not the mainstream level. They're not, and I think it was really sad too. And fans, we gotta be careful because I want fans, any of your favorite female musicians that, especially coming in right now, that you know of, let me know down below. How do you guys feel about the whole thing? Like this superstar, because there's a lot of them. Like SZA, I love SZA. SZA is doing the daggone thing. SZA is another dope, unique female, successful black artist. And you know what I love about SZA too? SZA got like a sound. Her artistry is like a chameleon. She has like that R&B, soul, hip hop nostalgia, and she's pretty much for herself. Like I definitely would like a heavyweight for herself. I mean, she's really doing a daggone thing in music. She got her concert SOS tour. She got like her sophomore album out. I did a review, so please check out Gibson's 92, SZA SOS, the album. Yeah, SZA is pretty much another one, a black female artist. I can't even leave her out because really, since her debut album Control, I feel that she really has shook the table to be like the underdog and be like, yo, I pretty much have been doing my thing for years. So I'm, keep pushing and, keep, coming through. So I think with SZA's, predicament, it's really in a really amazing place because her fans have connected with her for years, like, and even she had to get the right connections and people and stuff like that. So SZA, I mean, there ain't gonna be. I don't want to hear no the next SZA because it's never gonna happen. It's never. The next is the same thing, LMA. The next LMA, and like it's the same thing. So I just kind of feel like even as I get older and into like more into this pop culture thing, I just also want to really just not just look at it like yes, it's fun. Pop culture is fun. Pop culture is like pretty much a lot of people that are into pop culture with music, their favorite artists. But also just be aware about stuff as fans. And I look forward to even, you know, discussing more different topics, because music is just dry and it's this desert. It's like it needs water. Yeah, I know about how, like I said, I'm aware about the music industry and all that great stuff, but at the end of the day, pretty much we're gonna have to get back to where music got a lot better now. And like I said, like Babe, Reed, Nicki, they got songs that I like, that I love, favorite standout songs that I love. So, but the thing is, I just feel that there has been this contradiction of, especially with that up and coming new female artist like Chloe Bailey. She's doing her thing, right? Chloe Bailey is the next Chloe Bailey. But I'm gonna tell you something too. This is why I really want for her to have longevity because even people, like I said, they have their opinions of her music, which is fine. But I feel that Chloe deserves more. She deserves more exposure. She has it all. She can sing on any record. She can dance. She has that really certain mystiqueness, that sassiness, that fierceness. And I kind of feel like even listening to how she pretty much, and she's going through criticism, but like I said, she's pushed through, which is great. But I also feel that just like her peers, they're coming up neck and neck. And like I always say, it's no different from how people grew up with Ali and Brandy and Monica. Just no different. Which I'm really, really glad and excited that you know what, because those three, and this is my honest opinion, they're like pretty much like that uniqueness, like it was okay to stand apart. And I know people like their music more one over than the other, which is fine. Or they connect with more one another, which is fine. But all of them neck and neck. There was a special time and place in music where they were able to connect with their fans, and it didn't really get a lot of this like, well, you had to be the next blah blah blah. You had to be no, because that's irrelevant. How are you gonna be the next so and so and you're the next for yourself? That's just my take on things. That's just how I feel. I just feel it's a lot of that narcissist, that like that really it's just hypercritical, overcritical, and plus, I really am looking forward to hearing more debut albums. I really am, because in my mind and how I envision, I'm like, wow, there's going to be a new wave of music. There's going to be like how and people they're really this is what people miss. And I'll tell you this before I exit this video out. People are really missing that real authenticity and that nostalgia in music. They're missing it. And check out my video, Gibson's Since Night 2, what happened to the nostalgia in music and entertainment. Check that video out. They really are. I see people, like I said, I read comments and they was like, well, it doesn't even matter who the artist is. If the music is good, the music is good. And I said to myself, yeah, pretty much. So, like I said, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this topic? And I feel what needs to change about this is like, you know, I just feel like a new sound, a new direction, a new wave is going to happen. Period. So, you guys, what do you guys think? Who are your favorite female artists that you feel underrated, that you follow in their music careers, and you still love their music, you still support them, regardless of all the BS? And plus, what do you guys think about this whole thing about being compared to be the next Bay, Re, Nicki? Let's have a discussion down below. Feel free. Take the red carpet. So let's get it popping, shall we? So yes, guys. So share your thoughts and opinions. So stay tuned the next episode of Gibson's Night 2. Like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button. And as always, stay tuned on the next episode of Gibson's Night 2. Dragon Ball Z narrator reference. Peace. Goodbye. The girls exing out. This is saying out.